Okay, so while he's setting that up, I'll introduce. This is Beluga Ty. I don't know why it's Ty, but
Luke the
he's
Jaegerist.
the Jaegerist, right. Beluga the Jaegerist, and he's an Attack on Titan ending defender. He's one of the more logical ones. You know, he doesn't say that everything is perfect. You know, he acknowledges that there are some flaws, but he thinks overall that the community who doesn't like the ending are uh, doing too much, basically, like not exactly giving the show the story the credit it deserves when it does accomplish good things. Am I saying that right? I don't want to be misquoting you.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, so but the main thesis, the main thing that we decided to debate him on today was about Eren and his character. And your argument is that Eren as a character remained consistent, right?
Yeah, I'm going to use the word Eren's character is not retconned. That's what I'll say.
Okay, not retconned. All right, cool, fine. And when we say retcon, we mean in chapter 139, he was not retconned.
No, he
Okay.
he not retconned.
All right. All right, cool. So who's gonna go first, me or you?
Um,
I mean, I think everybody knows my arguments for why he is retconned.
yeah, yeah.
Everybody here, anyways.
I guess I'll go first. Do
You
you have
move
the clock?
I can fix it. You gotta leave your camera in one position, bro.
Oh my tripod thingy is
It's fucked up. All right, hold on.
yeah.
I'll fix it.
Just today too. I love how today, this exact day, it chooses to do this.
Okay. All right, I fixed it. All right. All right, I got the timer, so it's 10 minutes, right?
Yep.
All right. Oops.
Still don't see it.
You can't see the timer? It's on the stream. It's on the stream. I'll tell you when. It's on the stream. All right, I'm about to start it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so people say Eren's character fell off in the end because he used to be full of passion and conviction. He knew what he had to do for the Eldian people, and he was going to do it no matter the guilt he incurred of the people that he killed. People also question why he ended up leaving Eldia to fate in the end. Lastly, people question why he all of a sudden he ended up simping for Mikasa. That's in quotes. This is my response to that. To me, it's very obvious Eren always cared about his friends above all else, especially Mikasa and Armin. I say especially Mikasa and Armin because those are the only two people he mentions by name when talking to his father. He always wanted his friends to live long, happy lives. Again, especially Mikasa and Armin. Killing them would be totally opposed to his character. Sacrifice his friends for something else is not like him. Notice early in the story, he sacrificed himself for Armin, meaning to kill them for his goals would actually be a retcon of Eren's character. He even goes so far as to say that they are the most important people to him. This means that he prioritizes them over his countrymen. For him to choose Eldia or over his friends is completely inconsistent. In regards to leaving Eldia to fate, well, not only is that a simplification, of course, Eren destroyed industry, research facilities, all the ships in the world, all the war aircraft in the world. He even says in 139 they'll lose their capacity to wage war. Alas, assuming there is some risk at play, Eren in a bunch of instances puts his faith completely in Armin, most notably in the Trost arc, where he puts his faith completely in Armin's discretion. Again, in chapter 86, he says that Armin will be the one to save humanity. These ideals carry into 139 Eren, therefore there's no deviation in behavior. As for the Mikasa situation, well, to me, saying that Eren never loved Mikasa because he didn't show much signs is just as foolish as saying that Grisha or Leonhardt didn't love their kids. These three men were distracted by something else. Even so, there's reason to believe that Eren had strong, even romantic feelings for Mikasa. One of the clearest signs of an Attack on Titan character being romantically interested in someone is blushing. We see this with Falco, Gabby, Mikasa, Annie, Armin, Hana, Franz, and even Eren. Chapter 6, he blushes when he gives Mikasa the scarf, and in the anime it's even more emphasized. Music comes to a crescendo, then stops. Eren is focused completely on Zeke, focused completely on Mikasa, not on Zeke, and only Mikasa's words break through. Warm. This is when he's going through the memories. He also blushes in 108. Makes this clearer in the manga by having a panel of just the two of them blushing, presumably at each other. And then, of course, at the end of season 2, Eren gets his will to fight for Mikasa. He feels defeated and worthless. Mikasa tells him all that he's done for her, and he makes a promise to her, something he's done with no other character. In fact, the ending quite clearly circles back to this by wrapping the scarf around her. And nothing is retconned. It's alone, it is retconned. This isn't even the biggest issue with most ending haters. I feel like they really loathe the "no, I don't want that" scene. This is definitely not a retcon. Eren has always been selfish. Unlike everyone who joined the Civic Corps for humanity, he did it for his own personal vendetta and his own personal sense of freedom. Not to mention he manipulated the entire Civic Corps into the Liberia raid. But that's not even my main point. It's really the whiny aspects people loathe. Lots of people forget Eren tried to stay calm at first. Armin punched him as in demanding the truth, while he's under the duress of his memories and the war. His whining is a selfish part of Eren. Everyone has one. He wants Mikasa to be with him, but he knows what's best for her. This is exactly what Carla did as well, albeit not to the same extent. After Eren and Mikasa and Armin left, she cried out, she said, "No, don't go," which is a very terrible thing to say. That's because the selfish side of Carla crept out. She didn't want to die, and she wanted her kids to be with her in the end. But she did let them go away, and she did do what's best for them. Annie was also a stoic person as well throughout season 1. She also had very poignant moments, like her laugh. In fact, at the end of the season 1, she was ugly crying worse than Eren, and then returned to her stoic self in the time skip. Like Eren, her stoicism was partly an act, but mostly real. People get impassioned, intense, and emotional moments. And most people understand this, which is why no one said that Annie's character was retconned. Eren was simply having an emotional moment. It's also noteworthy to point out that he returns to his stoic self in 138. 139 happens in 131. It's really not a 180. It's just a poignant gap in an otherwise stoic behavior, like all people have. To me, I see no massive change in his character or retcon. I just see a very real, very layered character. I'll concede the rest of my time.
All right. Nice. Okay, so I got it. I agree with a lot of the stuff you said, but there's a lot of things that I vastly, very, very much disagree on. And I know I only got 10 minutes, but I don't mind because I want to ask you questions and I want you to respond to them, even though it's going to be my time. So I'm going to put my time now, and it started. Okay.
Whoa. You need to get to do them the cross-ex, right? You have 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, fine. My fault. I forgot about that. All right. So
the rebuttal. You rebuttal my opening statement in your rebuttal period.
Okay, see, this is too. Okay, I got you. I haven't never done like actual formal debate before. Okay, so my opening statement is that Eren was 100% retconned. He was completely changed from the character that he was at the beginning of the story to the end. So was Armin as well. They both were retconned in some way, shape, or form. The reasoning being is that the reasoning for Eren's retcon, I couldn't tell you why he was retconned, but the reason why I say that he was retconned is because the Eren that was presented to the reader pre-time skip is a completely different character than the Eren that was presented post-time skip. You say that Eren has always been selfish. I say that is completely not the case. I never once in the history of time believed that Eren was selfish, as in he was thinking about what he was doing was for himself. What he was doing was for his people. Now, if you want to say he's selfish and just that he cares about himself and his people and the ones close to him, well, then I feel like that's selfish. And I don't know, but when as Eren as an individual, Eren never did things because this is going to help Eren. If I do this, I will make the world a better place for Eren. Eren never thought that way. He always thought we should be. Why is this taken away from us? Why are we not allowed? So I completely disregard that thing for Eren being a selfish character. As far as the Eren and Mikasa romance, if you have a story that has well over 100 chapters and the only indication that you have for a romantic relationship is blushing, then the writer failed. completely, because there's multiple instances of people blushing in this show, and there's no indication of romance. So I'm sorry, that's not good enough. The only way that could work is if it's a hidden type of romance. If it's supposed to be a plot twist romance, where the story, where the characters, where the audience don't see that the characters are in love with each other, but there's enough breadcrumbs to see that it could lead to that. That will work. But if it's an open and shut, these guys are in love with each other, and you should have known it from the beginning, that a blush is not enough. You need more than that. You need way more than that for it to be a believable romantic relationship. I believe that Mikasa loved Eren. I think we all believe that. But did Eren love Mikasa? We don't know. We have no examples. We have no indication of Eren showing a romantic interest in Mikasa for the entire series. The closest thing you have is the scarf and the question of the scarf wrapping scene, which I can argue against, and then the question of what am I to you, which I can argue against. So those are the only two, and they have caveats. They aren't like open and shut cases. So for you to just say that Eren always loved Mikasa, it's just nonsense. It's just a decision that you've made with the story, and I could just as easily counter that decision. The only chapter that ruins it for me is 139. Outside of 139, you have no proof of that, and neither do I. It could go either way, right? And then the last thing I want to say is that Attack on Titan as a story, I've noticed, suffers from recency bias. You think about this show, it's a pretty short show compared to a lot of other anime. Like animes go on. I mean, not a lot, but major big three top animes, Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, they go on for hundreds and hundreds of chapters. Attack on Titan only has 139, but it still took 10 years. It still took 10 years to get it all said and done. And so throughout those 10 years, people pick up the story, they drop it, they get interested in something else, they come back, the anime comes back for a new season, and you have a thing called recency bias. And recency bias is where you look at the characters and the way they are acting right now, and you go, oh, yeah, this is how they've always been, because you don't remember how they used to be. But if you watch the entire series from start to finish, there is a stark difference between how Eren behaves and how Armin behaves. There is a stark difference between how the story treats the characters, their dialogue, their conversations, the way they think, the thought processes is nothing. It feels the same post time skip as it does pre time skip, and a lot of that I originally attributed to the fact that Eren was no longer the center of attention post time skip. But I think it's not just that. I think the writing itself just went in a completely different direction, and Isayama tried to tell a message that he didn't understand himself. And unfortunately, Eren as a character suffered because of that. And that's the only thing we're focusing on today is Eren, but the whole story suffered because of that. And that's it. I forfeit the rest of my time. All right. You said bro ain't listening? He definitely listening. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm for sure listening. All right. You know the long way for this. All right, so Mira, can you set the clock?
I got you. Wait, how long am I supposed to set the clock for?
Doing a rebuttal now to your open statement, so 7 minutes.
7 minutes, okay. I don't remember.
And then after everyone's favorite part, the 20-minute cross X.
Okay. All right. Well, I never got to rebuttal your points though. I'm confused.
After my rebuttal, there'll be your rebuttal.
Okay. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Muted. You good?
All right. Oh, yeah, I'm good. Just a little technical difficulty. Okay, so you said Eren's never acted selfishly. I have to disagree with that, because here's the thing. And
individually, I just want to say that.
Yeah, individually. I think it's very clear that Eren was. I mean, think about it. When Levi asked him, "Why do you want to join the Story Corps?" He didn't say anything about humanity. He didn't say, "I want to free humanity. I want to do this for the sake of everyone else." He said none of that. He said, "Because I want to kill all the Titans," because he has a personal vendetta. Now, I'm not saying that in and of itself proves his selfishness, but then later on in the time skip, he just completely manipulates everyone into doing the Liberio raid. So I think that Eren's not the most selfless character around. I think he's pretty much has a lot of parallels to Erwin, and that speaking of Eren, that actually includes the romance. Now, I'm very glad that you said this because you said it would only work if it was supposed to be a plot twist. I totally agree. I think it was supposed to be a plot twist for sure. I was surprised. I was not a big Eren Mika guy at all. In fact, I thought that my friends were foolish for even believing in Eren Mika before I finished the chapter. But I was wrong, and in my opinion, it was supposed to be a plot twist. And again, it's not just blushing. All right, we have. I'm excited to hear your response in the cross-ex, but we have the scarf thing. We have him thinking about her in his memories. We have again when he go not only in the memories of 130, but I'm talking about when he's in around 121, 122. Again, he's focusing on Mikasa. Mikasa's emphasized, and in the 108, it's a breadcrumb. It's a breadcrumb for sure. It's not a smoking gun, but Isayama focuses on just Eren and Mikasa. And the biggest thing about the scarf scene to me is that he gets his